Amazing. Beautiful. Pretty. Marmewa art. C for Chel.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the next A through Z series video. As you saw in the title, we are going to draw Chel from The Road to El Dorado today. And you know how before in the last two videos I was going to, or I did, talk about like a certain topic, and I was trying to keep it related to art, but I quickly am realizing that, at least in the case for this video series, it is gonna be difficult because like if I want to do like any kind of tutorial or anything, I don't know, it just makes sense to show it, you know, as opposed to a time-lapse video. So I might just start having to do some random topics to talk about, or you know, whatever you guys want to talk about. If you have any suggestions or any art related topics that you want to discuss. But I mean, there are a couple more, but for this week, I don't know, I figured we're not talking yet, but since Chel is from an animated film, specifically a Dreamworks animated film, I figured I would discuss my favorite Dreamworks works or pieces of media, movies from Dreamworks, and also my favorite TV show. But yeah, Dreamworks has some great films, and everyone's on about Disney most of the time and their animated works, but like I love me a Disney film, but there's like some Dreamworks films that I can just, I don't know, I can like have them on constantly and just never get tired of them. There's a couple of Disney films that I have with that, but there's some Dreamworks ones, because I don't know, they have like a different vibe for me that like, it's just like chill. I don't know how to explain it. But I've noticed a pattern in things that have like become my favorite things, and if you throw some kind of animal into the mix, whether it be like a human animal or an animal companion, or any kind of creature or like monsters into the film or story, it's just automatically gonna be at least a 7 for me, and then it usually just goes up from there. But I just love animals, and I don't know, whenever it's like used, like animal puns, I just think are so funny when they do that in whatever, a show or movie or story. And also, I don't know, animals are just cute, and I love creatures, and it just makes me happy. So I guess if we're gonna talk about films, I should at least discuss The Road to El Dorado a little bit, since I am drawing Chel. And I can say, you know, because when this came out, I was like younger. I don't actually remember when this came out. But I remember I didn't really like it that much. I don't know why. I feel like it's because like the main characters were just like creepy to me. And I know a lot of people really like this film, but I don't know, it didn't do it for me. And usually I like adventure stories and stuff, but I don't know, this one just didn't. Everyone was just so like creepy, and not creepy, but like everyone just seemed to have like some sketchy ulterior motives, and it just like made me feel uncomfortable, I guess. I honestly don't know why, I just didn't like it. I'm just trying to think of why. But and yeah, like when I was younger, you know, because when you're younger you don't really think of these things, but Chel was like so sensual, and I didn't register it at all. I was just like, oh yeah, like here, whatever. But you know, when you get older and you start to like see a lot of the films or shows that you watched when you were younger, you're like, oh snap. Like also Helga from Atlantis, who I also recently drew. Yeah, you don't like really think about like how like sensual they are when you're a kid, and then you get older and you're like, oh dang, she's thick. I don't know. So but yeah, Chel was fun to draw, and even though I didn't really like the movie, I do think Chel is cute, so I was, whatever, it was fine to draw her. But definitely not one of my favorite films, or like not even like on the register. But looking at what else Dreamworks has done, they have like a whole lineup of animated films under their belt. Like Shrek was huge, The Prince of Egypt, Kung Fu Panda, Shark Tale was theirs, Ants, The Croods, How to Train Your Dragon, all kinds of amazing films. I don't remember if I said The Croods, but that's one of the ones I like too. That one was pretty fun. But I think my favorites are definitely How to Train Your Dragon 1 and 2, and Kung Fu Panda 1, 2, 3. I really love them so much. Kung Fu Panda, first of all, like I relate to that panda so much because, not because I love eating food, but I just love Kung Fu. And like when I was younger, that was me. Like I wanted to be this Kung Fu master. I was like, I'm gonna run away and I'm gonna go to China and train with some like Shaolin monks, and I just thought that was the ideal life. So yeah, I related to the panda, and also again animals and martial arts. It was just so fun and good. But especially in Kung Fu Panda 2, they have the villain. The villain is a peacock named Shen. I don't know if you've seen it, but the way they animate and designed this character was just so cool. Like I really nerded out over that because like it just like kind of reignited my love for like art and film and stories, because let me just show you.
City.
Look at this angle. Look at that angle. That is just beautiful. And the colors, like that red, and like it's just so good. And look at pop, 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 pop. Like look at him throwing his feathers and like when he fans them out to, kick their butt. Just watch. So good. I could seriously watch that over and over again. You can fight me on it. I don't care. And then there's that scene in How to Train Your Dragon 2 where Toothless and Hiccup are flying and they meet or see his mother for the first time. But I mean, you don't know it's his mom yet, but that was like so spooky and cool the way they like, I was gonna say shot it, but I mean animated it. I don't want to keep like putting in a bunch of like different fillers of scenes because I could do that all day. But that scene was also super cool, and it looks like they're gonna be coming out with the How to Train Your Dragon 3 in 2019, so hopefully it's just as good as the first and the second one. I don't doubt it will be. And even if it is, I'm still gonna love it because Toothless is so cute. And these animated films require so much work and time and talent and skill, and they're just so underappreciated, and it makes me sad because so many great artists, writers come together and like have to really work as a team to create these really in-depth animations, and I just wish that they were appreciated more, but they're just so good. And I feel like a lot of people have this stigma against animated films and television because I think it's just like childish or only meant for kids, and I just don't feel that way at all. There are, I mean, definitely a ton of animated features and shows that are definitely for kids, but most of the time, they throw in stuff for the adults as well, because usually it's like a parent taking the kid, so they want to, kind of appeal to them too. And I mean, I'd like to think that there's people in there that are empathetic towards the parents who have to suffer through the films over and over, but I just think there are great stories to be had in like so many animated films and shows, so don't knock them till you try them, I guess. Anyways, thanks for sticking around and listening to me ramble, since I didn't really know what kind of art topic to discuss today. And I may just do some more random stuff in the future, because why not? It's chill, we're having fun. Definitely let me know if you guys have any recommendations for films or shows to watch, or just letting me know what your favorite ones are. I do like to interact with you guys, and I don't want to feel like it's just me. I mean, the video definitely is just me going on and on and on, but I want to hear what you guys have to say too. So, let me know. But back on the topic of Dreamworks, they literally made my, favorite show. One of my favorite TV shows ever, which is Troll Hunters. And if you have not watched it yet, get on it. That show is so good. It's on Netflix, and it's created by Guillermo del Toro. It was actually a book first that he wrote with Daniel Krauss. And the book is different from the show, but I mean, that's fine. If you want to pick up the book too, go for it, because I love me some Guillermo. And if you are into Guillermo and his work, like Troll Hunters, it's definitely, for a younger audience, but it's, again, I think it's made for everybody. Like, you can enjoy it with your family if you want, or you can just enjoy it because you like trolls and heroes and spooky things, because Guillermo's got a little bit of his touch in there. It's just so fun. And they just announced the third season is coming out in a month on May 25th, so I guess actually by the time this video comes out, it'll be May 1st. So at the end of this month, Troll Hunter season 3 will be on Netflix, and you don't want to miss out. It's got a great cast. It has Mark Hamill. It's got, what's his name? The guy who plays Blinky. He's the Frasier guy. What's his name? Okay, I looked it up. His name is Kelsey Grammer, and he is the voice of Blinky in the show, and he's perfect for it. It's so good. And then in the last season, season 2, they had Cersei from Game of Thrones, Lena Headey. She is playing a character who I'm assuming is going to be showing up more in season 3, and it's just awesome. All the acting is great, and the story's great. It's so fun, and even though it's meant for kids, there are definitely some more complex feels going on, complex ideas going on in the show. His dad left when he was young. There's this one troll who his soul was taken, and he's kind of a bad guy, but you love him. I don't know. It's there's, it's one of those great stories where they don't have the clear cut, good and evil. People can change and have, a little bit of both in them as well. And there's just so many good themes going on in the story. And again, it's fun. If you like monsters and, magical girls, because that's basically what Jim is. He's a magical girl troll hunter. Then you will definitely like it. Go give it a shot. And I don't know, I guess I have a silly humor. I do maybe have a childish humor sometimes, but there are just some parts in Troll Hunters that just really make me laugh. It's a good show. I'm not good at describing things. I know I just keep saying it's good over and over, but I love it so much. I've watched it at least 3 times. And I'm probably gonna, watch it again sometime. But season 3 is coming out, so, get on it, and then we can all talk about it and fangirl over season 3 together. And the great thing about Netflix is it all comes out in one big package, so you can binge it as much as you want and get very excited for it. And by watching this show, you can support Guillermo del Toro, who is amazing, and he is an artist himself, and he loves other artists, and he's always trying to support them and retweet them on Twitter, and I just like him a lot. So yeah, just go check it out and let me know what you think, because I will talk to you about some troll hunters. So yeah, I've got about like a minute or so left, and I guess I can talk about my picture. I did do more of a detailed background than I usually do, and I've been trying to work on that because before I would always kind of do a more simple background, and I would like to improve on that. So I put in all these pieces. So it's like her at the, at the top of the temple where she's trying to, have a little fun with that one dude. I can't remember his name. So whatever. I trying to incorporate more backgrounds just to make my pictures more interesting. I did though make 2 versions because I really like how I did Chel herself more than the background, since I'm like more comfortable and I think better at just the subject. So I do have like 2 versions, one with the background and one where it's just like a white background. But I am pleased with the overall outcome of the picture, because so far all my A through Z series pictures I've really enjoyed, and I, like, you can have those pictures where you're just not as into them and they can be so much harder to complete, but these A through Z series ones, I've loved all of them so far, so I think that's made them, look a little bit better than normal. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my video and listening to me talk about nothing in particular. I don't know what our next topic will be, but if you have any suggestions, let me know, and don't forget to tell me what your favorite movies and shows are. And I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, special shout out to my patrons over on Patreon, Tank238 and Metavrug. You guys are awesome, and all of you are just so cool. If you've made it this far in the video, like, holla! Thank you. And I look forward to our next A through Z video. But for now, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!